Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Supreme Ghost Thief. We have arrived at our final Black Parade prep mission, which is Dirty Money by Dr. K. So that's what we're going to play today. It's a little bit of a smaller mission than some of the ones I've played before. It's a mission released in, I think it was 2015 or 16, for the 72-hour contest. So, relatively speaking though, it is actually quite big for having been made in 3 days. But it's not as big as some of the recent missions I've done. So let us go ahead and get to the objectives here. A little bit less of a noisy background. And I will read the info, or the information from the text file. Now that I've found the Horn of Quintus, I just need to wait for Farkas, who's been out of town lately. In the meantime, I got contacted by some fence at the Grinning Boar. His boss, who wishes to remain anonymous, has a certain interest in a well-known establishment located in Three Bridges Quarter. The job is to search for some notes taken by one of his direct competitors in the matter. Considering the job involves Ramirez and the Ivory Rose, my benefactor being Raputo wouldn't be a wild guess on my part. I've been told to look for them in a place called the Pits, itself located in Foul Creek, a sub-district of South Quarter. From what I've managed to gather, the Pit is apparently a small gambling den held by two men working for Ramirez, and it's hidden deep inside Knavesbury, a cutthroat place like no other. So much for a simple job. Cuddy told me about the place before, but since he's out of the picture, it looks like I'll have to do my own scouting in there. Hopefully the pay is worth the risk, if I can find my way out of Knavesbury. Alright, so here are the objectives. Find your way to the Pit, which is this gambling den then. Rumors say it is hidden deep inside Knavesbury, a cutthroat place like no other. For months, Ramirez has had some interest in the Ivory Rose. He had some of his men put it under surveillance, and the reports of their observations are being held by Herwin, the owner of the Pit. You must find them and steal them. So Herwin is then one of the people that are working under Ramirez. Word on the street is that a holy hammer was stolen from a local Hammerite chapel in Runswick and found its way into the Pit. Find it and make it yours. Rumors say you're the best. It's time to prove it. Find what little money Knavesbury has to offer. Steal at least 1,700 worth of valuables. A true professional doesn't leave a mess. Don't kill anyone. Once you've found everything you were looking for, find your way out of Knavesbury alive and return to Aberstreet. Alright, so I love Dr. K's missions. I like this mission too, but this is probably my least favorite out of his missions that I've played so far. But I mean, the other ones I've played are like, you know, the Roxburgh missions and Lost Among the Forsaken. I've played a couple of others that I haven't made videos of yet. So that says more about the other missions that he's made than this one. This is, after all, made in 72 hours in 3 days, which is actually very impressive. However, although the opening area of the city is good, and the Pit, once we get there, is good, the area in between is very, very confusing. So that draws down, I think, the quality of the mission a little bit. But it's still enjoyable, and it has a lot of good story in it. And the Pit is just awesome, the way that that's laid out. It can be Supreme Ghosted. We can't get all the loot, but we should be able to do this without busting Supreme in any way. So, yeah, let's get to it. Before we do, though, since this is the last Black Parade prep mission, I will now move into missions that are either from the recent most contests or have never been ghosted before by anyone to my knowledge. At least they haven't reported the ghosting attempts on any official forum. So the next mission we're going to do, we're actually going to go back to Ruins of Origina and play Mission 2, Gilded Rivalry, which I have played as of recording this mission, but I have not ghosted it. So that is going to be quite an endeavor, similar to the first mission in that campaign. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. So if you haven't watched my first Ruins of Origina mission, which I made 3 or 4 years ago. 3 years ago, I think. Can't remember 100%. I think it was 2018. then please check that out and play the first mission, play the second mission before you watch my video of mission 2, which is coming in a few weeks. Because those missions, you have to play them to understand them and to enjoy them fully. And those are missions that I just recommend as much as I possibly can recommend missions. They're just very, very unique. So yeah, enough about that. Let's get going with Dirty Money here. Okay, so you can notice that we have no map whatsoever, and we have no purchase screen either. So we're going to start by making a real save. And we are carrying a compass, a flash bomb, a healing potion, lockpicks, 3 moss arrows, 2 rope arrows. That's good. And 6 broadheads. Okay. Noisemaker arrow. The noisemaker arrow was actually not valued at any certain amount. So you can actually use an unlimited amount there. Okay. If you drop like that, you won't be detected. Head in here. This is a door to a guardhouse, but there are windows that are open, so we don't have to pick that one, and I don't like to pick locks unnecessarily. Let me just show you what's going on here. So we have a bridge over here. 3 guards that are involved in a conversation that we don't want to trigger just yet. We will have to trigger it before we can explore this entire city section. So we are now to the south, and we are on the street called Aberstreet. It doesn't say that right here, but there is a sign somewhere that says it. No, it's right over there in the corner. So the whole section south of this bridge is Aberstreet, and Knavesbury is then through the gate you can see in the distance, and past those buildings and into an area that is very confusing, and that's where we can find the pit. This is the guardhouse I talked about, and you can see that doors are open here, or windows. Now, we have to return to Aberstreet, but we don't have to actually get up on the ledge there. We just have to cross the bridge and then get a little bit over towards the side, and the mission will end. So it's very important that we clean this whole area of town before we would head north, but I don't see why anybody wouldn't do that. That is the most logical thing to do. Okay. Pick the lock on this door. There's a patrolling archer up there. That I don't want to get caught by. You can't get caught if you're down here. Okay, in here is this is a maintenance station of some sort. There's a pickable footlocker with some loot. Yep, stack of silver coins worth 30. And there's a diary. Seriously, what's wrong with Acker and Vinford? These guys are psychopaths. Sally told me she found a diary written by one of them. 1 page in, and she threw up right away. And I know she's seen some weird things in the sewers. She's quite resilient. It's been 2 weeks now since I last saw her. I hope nothing's happened to her. I'll find my way to Suchheim as soon as possible. I'm done with these rodents. Okay, there's nothing else in here. Just some engines. See, yeah, there's a guard up there. There's a piece of loot on the first dark windowsill, just underneath that statue there. You can barely see it. We have to get that, but there's a piece of loot or 2 in here first that we want to get. This is a dead-end area. You can't go any further than this building. Nice music in here. So this is a pickable footlocker, and I think there's a rope arrow in there, if I remember correctly. Now we have to dodge this archer. And we have to get 2 stacks of gold coins here. Then we want to wait for him to turn around again. wait for him to walk away a little bit. And we can drop without any problems. 2 stacks of silver coins worth 25 each, so that's total 80. Okay, now we want to monitor him a little bit. We want to wait for him to come over. If we position ourselves like this, it should be possible to do. Let's do that. I don't think he'll see that. Yeah, we can do this quicker here. Oh, I was trying to take that. There. Good, I got the stack of copper coins there and mantled up the statue, and it's dark on the inner side. And I got the arrow too. We want to jump over here. And mantle up. Can we do that, please? Goodness gracious. There. There's another stationary archer. You can actually hear him from where you start, but he can't see anything, so he's not really a guard you have to worry about. He sees, of course, but he can't see anything in the streets. Took his purse worth 100, total 185. He has 3 facing angles, south, west, and north. Okay. So now we are going to trigger a conversation on the bridge, because we have to go over here to get another piece of loot.
When you're done moving, I suggest you get on with your patrol. Why me? Hey, you want to come with? Yeah, well, later, maybe. Yeah, of course. When you're a captain, you can choose to guard whatever you like. Until then, not me. Couldn't pay enough. Come on, just one. I'll quit first. See if I don't.
Okay, so you could hear the conversation. It's just a mishmash of different conversations from the original games that have been put together. So it sounded like somebody who didn't want to come along with somebody else, but it didn't give us much information about anything specific to this mission. We took a goblet worth 15, total 200. And you can see that this outcropping roof here blocks any views from the bridge, so nobody saw us there. We want to go back here. Like that. Wait for this archer to come back, and then we can head back down. Now we want to hit... Now we want to hit the guardhouse. But now there's a patroller in the street right there. Maybe I should have hit the... Maybe I should have hit the guardhouse first, I'm not sure. It's okay, we'll deal with it. Okay, he saw me there. Okay, well this is actually a pretty good time to go, isn't it? There. If you get... Yeah, nobody heard us there. There's no way he saw us. Way over there. There's 2 water arrows you can see. And on the table are 2 stacks of silver coins, total 224. see. I've got something wrong in my list here. I can tell. Well, anyway, we have what loot we need here. There's cheese, a loaf, and 2 apples, and then there's a readable. Riley, I don't care what the hammer said. I ain't going back to Knavesbury. I'm happy enough to be alive at this point. Guess they tolerate me if I keep my arse around Aberstreet. I'd rather end in Cragsclough than ever go back in there. They don't even know if the hammer is in there. And if they can't protect it in the first place, it's not my problem. Did you forget what happened to Julian? The bloody idiot. It's been 2 weeks now and we still find pieces of his body here and there. No matter how holy it is, it's not worth the risk. Why do they even want it back anyway? They have hundreds, if not thousands of them. Hell, they can even create a brand new one for all I care. Okay, so we want to head down here. Let's see. Yeah. So down here, nothing to worry about. There's a readable. I did everything within my power to keep you out of trouble this far, but if you want to go back to Knavesbury for whatever glorious reason, count me out. I still remember the foul smell of its canals, and I've heard that atrocious, grueling, excruciating death is pretty popular in there. Best of luck, lad. We'll settle by your return with mid-afternoon post-surviving Danishes. Nice. Okay, in this footlocker, I think there are 2 broadhead arrows. There's a healing potion right here. And then one of these is empty and the other one is... No, this has a flash bomb and the other one has a purse, I believe. So there is loot down here too. Purse worth 100, total 324. So now we gotta head back up. So now we gotta dodge these 2 guards and we gotta head west. The 2 guards on the bridge are facing north, so they're not a problem for us.
Who's there?
Ah, he did see that, okay. Okay, so we want to dodge this guard and go west now.
Hello? Who is there?
Oh, man. Oh, he turns around that quickly. I thought he went over to that grate there, but I guess not. Okay.
Who's... Who's...
If we do that without making noise, we can get over here pretty easily.
Who's there?
You heard that too.
Hello?
Why can't I go up there? There we go. Yeah, so he saw me there.
Who's there?
I'm not sure why the placement of this arrow was so difficult, but just have to wait again, I guess. There's a lady that sleeps up in an apartment that we have to get up to. Probably should have gone to the west side here first, so that I didn't have to deal with that other guard patrolling while I'm dealing with this rope arrow placement stuff.
Hello? Sir?
Why can't I jump up there? And now he... There, the first placement wasn't good because it was right above those pipes, that's why. But I'm not sure if I got caught by the other. Oh, and there he saw me. There. Nobody saw me there. That was trickier than I remember it being. Loaf of bread, 2 apples in here, a gold candlestick, bottle of wine, and a stack of copper coins. Total 429. Can drop down here. That. Okay, up here it's very difficult to hear any alerts, but we shouldn't get any. Here's a coin worth 1. Total 430. Okay, we've basically done everything in Aberstreet now. We just need to get to the canal. We cannot cross the bridge, of course, because we will get spotted by those 2 guards. So the initial streets are not that difficult. It just takes a little timing and patience. see.
Who's there?
Okay. So you guys see that Knavesbury is north. Aberstreet is here. Now we have to go down this way. Can obviously not cross the bridge. Before we actually head into the canal, take one more piece of loot. Up here. Stack of copper coins. Total 435. They don't see you do that. Now there are two ways besides the bridge to cross the canal. One is here, but if you go in there, those guards will see you. I'm pretty sure they will. So we're going to climb down the ladder here and actually jump into the canal because there's another way down. That way. Okay. There's nothing of interest here except for underneath these rafters. There are a total of 4 moss arrows. Or these beams that cross the arches. You get those and drop down into the water with rope arrows, no problem, without getting alerted if you want to. So this is one way into the sewer system. Or a sewer building that connects Aberstreet with Knavesbury. We're going to drop in here instead. And then we're going to swim east. So here you can see another moss arrow. And here is one more, and then the 4th one. It's at the end there. So this is directly underneath where we took that goblet. Now in order for us to get through here, we need to swim through that opening, but there's a couple more pieces of loot here that we're going to get. Here, a bottle of wine and a gold candlestick. Total 535. That's all the loot from the Aberstreet region before we head into the sewers. Listen for alerts, but I've never gotten alerts from dropping there, so I hope that's not the case. Okay. I always like to duck underneath because swimming on the surface actually makes noise. Okay. So now we get to my least favorite part of this mission. The sewers, but particularly the streets beyond. They are just very confusing. It's almost like a maze built to be confusing. So I wish that had been constructed a little bit differently. But that's okay. It's a good mission overall. Let's make a real save there. In here, some kind of workstation. Nothing except for a readable. Last warning, we need the guys from the division alive. No one else is going to repair the machines. Same with our customers. If you empty Knavesbury of its people, no one's going to come back to the pit. And you know Herwin wouldn't be pleased about that. Don't forget about what happened to that guy from Aberstreet the other day. He was too stubborn to know where to stop, but the Burricks won't taste the difference with overzealous taffers. Roderick. So Roderick is the other guy that works for Ramirez, and he is just under Herwin. Herwin is the owner of the pit. Roderick works at the pit too. So those are the two guys. We're going to head through that door, but before that we're going to pick up one piece of loot down here. And I'll show you a couple of things too. Actually, let me show you. Head up here. We'll get to a little depression. This takes you to the other side of the bridge, where those guards are. And this is one way into Knavesbury. To the streets. I will not show you all the different ways you can go in the sewer system, so that you can explore on your own if you so desire. And here, there's an artifact. Total 555. Let's see. Now you can rope up here too. If you do that, this takes you to the other side of the chain. Oh no, you probably can use this chain to get home, actually. I didn't know that.
What's that? Who goes?
I think maybe you can drop there without getting that alert. I'm not sure. But I'm not going to go that way. Oh yeah, there was one more thing I was going to show you up here. If you go the other way, up here, you get to a door that's pickable. I'm not going to pick that door, but that is one way into Knavesbury that actually would be quite beneficial, because you get the back way into a little market area with thieves. Stationary thief there, and a patrolling thief over there. I don't like to pick locks unnecessarily, so I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to get to that area a different direction. Did we take that piece of loot? Yes, we did. 555. Okay, so now we get to where you can go into the canal in Knavesbury. This is where it gets a little bit confusing. So I'm going to head down here first. So we're now headed north. I'm going to make a little loop here to begin with. All of these rooms and canal corridors are very similar. This is a little homeless shelter, I believe, which I really like. I love the location here. The only thing of interest for us is a bottle of wine, total 605. There's a loaf and a cheese here as well, but there's a readable too. Trevor went too far. Taffer almost compromised our business with our friends from Brunswick again. It's about time this idiot dies. They'll finally understand who's in charge around here. In 3 days, he's heading for Sourwell through Coles Bridge. Make sure he has a nice swim that day. I'll tell Ramirez he tried to double-cross us on the Ivory Rose and join Raputo's ranks. Payment is in the usual spot. 4th statue. I'm counting on you. H. This might be Herwin. Not sure. 4th statue, that's important. So we'll use that information in not too long. Okay, we're going to head the other way now. Other direction, so that is east. So here you can head north, but we are instead going to go this way. More tunnels here. We're going to emerge in the streets over here. You can hear a thief here. I think that we are in good. We're gonna head up here right now. There. That's why I emerged there. There's a thief that patrols below. We wanted to avoid him. So in here there's a pickable footlocker that we are going to pick, but that thief will hear that lockpick, right? Let's read this in the meantime. Calvin, you tried to snatch my chairs again? I saw you lurking around yesterday, and I beg you to reconsider the next time you approach my furniture. Don't mistake me, I'll thrash you with the tombstone of my beloved husband if you ever come close to my chairs again. I'll pummel some sense back into your skull if I have to. Sincerely, Bernice. So this we can pick open and find a bunch of chairs. Seems like there's a chairaholic, if that's a word. Reason we came up here is to get this artifact total, 625. Let's see. See, I'm not sure why I'm off in my list. I am. I'm trying to figure that out. Let's see. Hopefully we can get that figured out soon.
Did I just... Hey!
Okay, so here we have to drop out like that. Damage if we do that. I had a good one the first time. If you land on that... hide back here for that thief to come back. I think that's the best way to do it. Hide over here for him to go back. Now these are the statues that the readable talked about. So they're on the behind the fourth statue. There should be what we need to get. It's a purse worth 300. He comes over here. Total 925.
I went to my room, there was nothing in there, people taken.
Wait. We're gonna head this way, aren't we?
Heard something weird back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd teach him.
This is where we're gonna head. I'm gonna make a real save here. So we're gonna listen to that conversation now.
Heard something weird back there.
Yeah, that'd teach him. Boss is dangerous today.
That's why I can't stand the pits now. You don't know what you missed.
He usually moves a little bit quicker, the other guy, away from there.
Heard something weird back there.
Yeah, that'd teach him. Boss is dangerous today.
That's why I can't stand the pits now. You don't know what you missed.
So that guard right there. He has a healing potion. Goblet and an apple. This is the entrance to the pit. You can take the front doors, but you can run into a guard on the other side. This guard right here. So we took a goblet worth 15 total, 940. Okay. So this is the best place in the mission. This whole building. So this is a 3-floored, or actually 4 floors, but I would say the bottom floor is divided into 2, so I guess you can count it as 4 floors. This is the top floor that you see right here. I don't count this as the entryway only. There's a lift right here that goes through 3 floors, and then there is a patrolling swordsman that moves up and down here. Now there are a couple of keys we're going to need, 3 keys specifically. And the first key is found on Roderick, which is the guy in front of the fireplace down there. So the best way to get down there is to use the rafters.
Did you see something?
There's the front door guard.
Who goes there?
I'm not sure where he sees me here, but... maybe it's the guy downstairs. So 3 stacks of gold coins. Total 1,015. So it's actually very difficult to maneuver through the room down there with the barmaid, Roderick. He's stationary, but he is pivoting. So the best way I found to get down there is to use a rope arrow in this corner. There, because here we are dark once we get down on the rope a little bit. There's a stack of copper coins, total 1020. So this patrolling guard is a little bit of a worry, not too much. And then we have Roderick here. You can see he has a key. This door right here leads into the hallways, but that's pickable, so we don't want to use that.
Huh? Thought I saw something.
So we need the barmaid too there not to face this way. Oh, he barely just saw me there. So we can't really have her. There. So that copper coin stack and that key is really all we can take from this location. There's a vent over there that you can use, but that alerts the barmaid. She hears using that, so we can't use that. I don't want to pick the lock on this. Can't come down the stairs, but it's very brightly lit in this archway, so that's difficult to do also. Now we can head back up here. Okay. So now we're going to use the lift. I don't like to use elevators because they're so loud, but that is the only option we have here that is feasible, I would say. So we have to wait for this guard because I want to take his purse. Then we're going to head down to the floor below. Stay in this corner, then you're out of the way of the torch. We have to make sure that we leave this on the top floor, by the way. So he will see us there. He saw that. 2, okay. He sees that as well. I can't hear those alerts. The sound doesn't propagate thoroughly through that archway, and the elevator being so loud, I'm going to wait here for that guard to come in and out, because there is a stack of silver coins on the table just around the corner there that we need. So that can be a little bit tricky to get. There's a bunch of apples in there too. I'm not going to worry about those, but... So she sees us as soon as... Can't have her being stationed like that for too long. She's now fixed in the east direction, which is not good. And now she, of course, turned back right away here. Good. This door here has a tendency to disappear on me, which of course I don't like, but it didn't now. Let's see if it does it again. No, it doesn't. We raised the elevator. That's just what I was going to check. So this door takes us to the area in the behind the bar. So here we can get a couple more pieces of loot. Oh. Because they never face...
Something just there.
They never face south, I was about to say, except for if they turn east to west by moving to the south. But they never actually face south permanently.
Look, over there.
See what that guy did there. So if they do that... But there's a couple of pieces of loot up here. Bottle of wine and a gold goblet that we can take. And then there are 2 more copper coin stacks.
See that?
He sees that when he comes around, okay.
Then move.
Behind here's a rug, by the way, that we can take as well. With 150.
Look there.
Come on back.
You cannot move faster than just regular creep crouching here. There. There we took it. Wait, 1367? Did I take the rug here? Did I not take the loot on top? Wait, what's going on here? Something up with my loot totals that I don't understand here. Okay, yeah. No, we were right. I was just mistaken. Okay, I'm gonna do this again. Sorry, I figured out what my loot total was wrong earlier, but it keeps throwing me off here. Okay, then we grab that instead.
Did that shut?
I had it the first time. I'm not sure why I messed up with the loot again. Let's see. There we go. 1367, that's correct now. So this is the one grate that we cannot open because we get
Is that you, Kevel?
alerted right away. You hear that? So here you can actually go south and go down. We're not going to go that way now. Instead we're going to head this way. So now we get into the upstairs living quarters. So here's the door that takes you back into the restaurant, but that's pickable, so we don't want to take that. It's a conversation that's going to start
Go
here.
get a job with Ramirez, she says. He's rich and powerful, she says. Last time I listened to a woman.
Yeah, I told you. That's the worst.
Do you ever feel like there's someone watching you?
Stop. I found it best not to ask questions. The gold they give me answers all the questions I have.
I'm going to grab his key, and then we want to go in here.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This is Roderick's bedroom right here. So the yellow key I needed from him to get loot downstairs. But in here we should be fairly safe. Let's read this. Roderick, I'm leaving tonight. An urgent meeting with Ramirez. Not sure about what's going on, but it's not about the Ivory Rose. I locked the notes in my quarters and put my keys with the stash down there. I don't want to take any risks. Keep an eye on Trevor. I don't want any more trouble until his departure. Herwin. So this is an interesting note because it says that he has left the key for Herwin's quarters with Roderick. So we just have to find that then. There. In here there's a goblet, total 1382. There is a gold candlestick, 1432, and then there are 2 readables. Prepare for die. I bring we justice from heaven into you. I am the knight, and the patience is finished. Boss, we caught a tramp passing this note under your door. Guy's mental. Should we feed him to the barracks? Okay. So in here, there is a lever that opens the secret over here. So that is actually the treasure pit. Roderick's treasure pit. And here we can find a few things. So there's a lot of loot here. I'm just going to grab it all. A couple of artifacts. Lots of coin stacks. 2 purses. A tiara. A ring. Total 2,010. That's right. The holy hammer. That is the holy hammer we need. We have found our way into the pit, and we have gotten 1,700 in loot. And here's Herwin's key. That we're going to need. Oh, yeah. This too. Sealed section. Do not enter if you value your life. There is no way to enter this, so it's just a little temptation. So we don't want to return Roderick's key just yet, because we have to use Herwin's key and return that to this room. And I guess we could have lock-blocked the door here. But that doesn't seem right. This is the stairs down, but we're not going to take that. Instead have down here like this. This is Herwin's room right here. So in here we can find a few things as well. It's in some kind of library. A few readables. Herwin, we finally got him. Remember our friend from Fidgwick's Hollow? That Mr. Kedwell who were a nuisance to Madame Demetra and the girls. Well, for a while I've been pestering her about him, just out of curiosity. Like, she told me she don't know much about him other than his real name, and it's a pretty interesting one. So this is Demetra from the brothel in the Chalice of Souls, beyond the secluded passage, mission 2 there. So Mr. Kedwell was mentioned as one of the customers who were bothering the girls, I believe. Fidgwick's Hollow is the area of town that this brothel's in. Or maybe Fidgwick's Hollow is the name of the brothel, isn't it? I think so. Turns out he's none other than Sir Delavende. That's right, the guy from the so-called Pious family who's been annoying Ramirez for months now about his faith and whatnot. Guess they ain't as clean as they pretend to be. But it gets even better. She wanted me to contact the Downwinders so they could keep an eye on him. Taffet. About time we outsmarted them. Not only can we help Madame Demetra or Ramirez, we can add a bit more trouble between Donald and Reuben. Talk about an opportunity. I'll let you take it from here, and don't tell no one you got the info from me, Burley. And here is the reports on the Ivory Rose. Now you can't read that, sadly, but it does check off the next objective. Okay, and here's a goblet, 2 gold candlesticks, and the bedroom is empty as far as I know. Okay. So now we are going to hit the other bedrooms down here, and those are guards' bedrooms. Wait for the servant to leave. So there are 4 bedrooms here. And all those 4 bedroom doors are pickable.
Thought I saw something.
There is a... What on earth is this?
What's that?
Can we get by him? That is the weirdest thing I've seen. Similar thing happened in Sound of a Berg. Well, if he's out of the picture, it makes it easier for us, because we don't need to get up there again. I'll try to save and reload and see what that does. Okay, so that worked. Freedom up. So we gotta wait for him to turn around here a little bit. Oh, he comes back. Okay. He has a randomized patrol. He goes upstairs. He was the guy who was involved in the conversation earlier. And that thief faces south, east, and north, never west. Just west of him are the stairs up to the floor that we came from. Sound is very low on the lockpicking. So we can head in here. I believe this is responding to the yellow key. So there's a purse there. Total 2250. This one, I believe, contains a rope arrow. That is pickable as well, but it has a rope arrow. Okay, now this door you cannot open. If you pick it open, he doesn't alert to lockpicks for some weird reason, but if you open it, he alerts to that, and he's stationary. There's nothing we can do about that. I will show you what's in the room.
Thought I saw something.
Let me just show you what's in these two rooms, but you can't get this. So in here there's a diary. I can't believe there's such beauty in this place. It's almost poetic. Wish I'd met Gladys first. She deserves better than this, and so do I. I see her every day, and yet I can't even talk to her. It's a real torture. I know that if Roderick weren't in the way, I'd lick her sweet earlobes all day till they turned purple. That is strange. Empty. And then this one is locked, and I think there is... Let's see what's in there. Flash bomb? Yeah. Flash bomb. And up here, there is a stack of gold coins. So that we have to skip. Those 25 we have to skip. And this room here as well is also not able for us to, or possible for us to enter. He will alert to that too. He'll give a comment. So for Ghost, you can go in here. And here are 3 more stacks of coins, 25, and then 10 for the 2 copper coins. And an apple, so there's a total of 60 loot here in those 2 bedrooms that we cannot take. So we have to skip that for Supreme. But that should be all the loot we need to skip. We don't have any other pieces that are necessary to skip for us. This is a pickable door down to the gambling room. We're going to take another way down there.
Huh?
He does see that, so he sort of needs to be facing south for us to get by here. We have to go to that door. That he doesn't hear, and there's loot in there as well. See how long it takes to turn the way that I want him to face. He probably will turn right when the servant comes so that we can't go. That's what I told you. So this door we can pick open.
People are...
And here there's a bottle of wine. And there's a scroll. Trevor, you taffin dimwit. The emerald vase you brought to the trade the other day belongs to Messer Halliford of Shalebridge. Do you want to bring up Reputo into this? Don't you think we have enough trouble with Lady Mildred of Runswick already? Find a way to get it back, and get rid of it as soon as possible. Last warning, I'm done with you, Taffer. Roderick. Seems like Roderick is the captain of the guard, and Herwin is the owner of the gambling den here.
What?
So now we just have to have him turn around again.
Did I just...
We can't go through here either. It just he has to face south for us to move through here. So this is just the test of our patience.
Huh?
Like every time we don't want him to move south, he moves south, and when he should move south, he doesn't.
Yeah, it's the thing.
I know it feels like that sometimes.
You're not...
I've always said that the most difficult thing in Thief when it comes to Supreme Ghosting are stationary guards. And I will not go back on that. That is true. Stationary guards, especially those that don't pivot, are absolutely awful. Because if they cover a hallway, there's no variation to their positioning and angle. You have to find a way around them or get busted, basically. This guy pivots, so we can always use that to our advantage, but if they don't pivot, it's almost impossible to deal with. If they pivot, it's just a test of your patience, like I said, but it's possible at least. So now we're going to head down to the gambling room. So he heard the grate opening and closing there. Let's see if we can do it a little bit faster. There. Let me make a real save here because we're coming up in a difficult area. Now let me explain something real quick.
Hit me.
Was something there?
Someone there?
Okay, I can't do it like that, but there's a conversation that's going to start, and one of the guys involved in the conversation is the only person who can catch us getting a piece of loot on the ground just to the left. There's a gold goblet just around the corner to the left. It's right underneath the torch, and if you wait until after that conversation is played, then he will first alert to you taking the goblet. So we have to utilize the fact that he's involved in a conversation when he won't first alert you before we take that piece of loot. So that's what we're going to do right now.
Hit me.
Oh, how silly of me.
You see that?
And that stationary archer, or guard rather,
Hit me.
Oh, how silly of me. Of course you want to hit on 20. 28? Aw, you lose. Boy, what are the odds of that happening?
Yeah, Taffer, just deal me another hand.
Of course. At this rate, I'll win
There.
all your tips for the night.
so we threw the goblet there,
Trick to
worth
find you in the dark.
25. Total 2,300. There. The rest of this place is a little bit difficult, but shouldn't be too bad. Head over here. Grab a gold coin. Stack of gold coins. So there's a lot of people in here. The door that is pickable that I mentioned earlier is on the other side. On this table you can get a couple more stacks. Gold coins, 23.75. And then there are 2 gold coins on the other side there in that corner, and that we have to use the rafters to get.
Who's there?
Oh, and she hears that. So these are difficult to get. I think you can get both from a rope, but first one I usually just do this. Get one from this side. Mantle back up. So that was worth 25 more. We should have 2,500 now. 2,400, sorry. And the next one, I found that you can get this way. I think that should be good. Drop down on that rope right there.
What's that?
If you land on it directly, like we did the first time. There. Okay, we might need to wait for this guard to come around. And turn around again. There. And to get this again, we have to sort of edge down on the edge here and then grab it. There. And the only piece of loot left in this whole building is actually getting purse at the bottom of the elevator shaft. Which we're going to do right now.
What was that?
see that?
There we go. Guess wait for him to come back again, maybe?
My eyes must be playing tricks on.
That guard sees us unless we are actually slow here. There, 25, 25. That's max. After we've been in here, let's see. Wait for that one more time. Okay, so now we can use this. So we don't have to use the elevator.
What was that noise?
Wait for him to come by again. So now we got to go back and we got to return Roderick's key. And no, Herwin's key. Oh yeah. And then we can drop the yellow key here on his patrol path. It's totally fine. And then we need to use the elevator. Oh, see there, now it disappears. That's just so annoying. Can't see where he is, but should have left the elevator down here, shouldn't we?
Huh?
Whew. Can't have the other guard there facing this direction. I just have to have him move. either. Oh, whoa, I clicked the wrong button here too. I clicked the... So we have to now go back and return Roderick's key.
I don't see why I should have to be doing this here in the cold and the dark.
And that can be a little bit tricky, actually.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we're safe here, to be honest with you. We have to drop his key back on the carpet there, right by his feet.
Did you see something over there?
Yeah, I didn't think we were safe there. I tried to drop the key from the rafters above, but that is actually too loud. Come on.
Is that you, Kevel?
Oh, no, she turned around, so we had a chance here.
Hear that?
Gotta go a little bit closer. Yeah, this is gonna be a tight one. We gotta do this when the guard goes back, I think. I don't want to go up on the table because then when you drop to the floor, we're gonna clang. So that's gonna alert him. That's just gonna bring a whole nother mess. If that woman can turn now, that would be perfect. Yeah.
Is that you, Kevel?
That's perfect. There. Great. Awesome. So now we returned all 3 keys.
Something's there.
So, in order to be a little bit more complete, I want to show you the other exit besides the front door. And I want to use that exit now.
Hey, what was that?
He's going away. Okay, that's good. I think we're good here.
Is someone there?
Guess what? A servant is coming up here now. Couldn't you have stayed stuck in the ceiling? Head out here. This is another way to go in or out of the pit. So now we're actually back in the canal area. Let's see here. I think we are going to head. See, now I'm not 100% sure here. No, we're not headed in here. And then here, this is a machine room that we haven't been to yet. Here's a silver nugget worth 50. And then we can climb up here. This is where we need to go next. Thief here.
Hello?
Oh, that saw us. Okay. We'll wait for him to turn around, I think. See, we need to go down here and follow the thief that we just heard.
Sir?
Okay, if I can go faster here, I can make that. So he has a random patrol. Take his purse with 100. We want to head down here. Pick the lock on this door. I want to do that before that thief returns. We can hear that door. So this is some kind of a market area where there are two thieves, and I believe one of them is Acker. I can't remember the name of the other one, but it was Acker and one other one that was mentioned in the readable that we read in the maintenance station. I think that was the first readable. So this is some kind of a storefront. We gotta wait for that guard up there stationary, and he turns east and west. We need him to turn east. And then there is a bedroom here. There we go. We have to pick the lock on this door. And here's a healing potion and 3 water arrows. And then there is a pickable money box here. Should also have a purse worth 100 total, 27.75. There's nothing else back here. Goes out there and he's... Oh, okay. I didn't want him to turn around, but... Anyway, this introduces my ghost challenge for this mission. I think this is challenge number 61, to be honest with you. And there is a door up there. There's also a door that I showed you from the sewers that you can pick open, but that's unnecessary. That takes you into this bedroom here. So I want you guys to start here and go up there and leave through that gate, and then come back and come down here without busting Supreme. Without getting a first alert primarily from the stationary guard. That can be difficult to do, and obviously you can't douse any lights or anything like that for Supreme. So stand here and go up through the door, and then turn around, come back to this spot without any Supreme busts.
What was that?
So when you do those challenges, of course, you can save and reload during it. That's not a problem. So this is the pickable door that I showed you from the sewers earlier. Okay. This is another pickable lock that we have to open because it has loot. It has a rug. With 150 total, 29.25. And then there's a readable here. My esteemed friend Vinford, I just received your remarkable parchment regarding Lord Fenival. Oh heavens, what an illustrious idea you have there. I haven't killed a rich one for quite some days, and you remembered it. You sensed it. What a valuable accomplice you are. You see me truly delighted by your scheme. The intention of dismembering him one limb after another in front of his family is quite exquisite. Once again, I cannot wait for such a lovely adventure. Acker. That is pretty terrible. Yeah, so Acker was one of the 2 thieves that were mentioned. Over here is a deer leg as well. So that thief can turn around right after the door, or he can come all the way over here. Good. Turned around right there.
Hello?
He is pretty wary, this guy. Close the door. I did. So there's only one more piece of loot that we have to get. And then we're gonna head back. Maximum for us is 29.40. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm safe here, to be honest with you.
Who's creeping around?
I might be safe here, I'm not sure. Oh, I was. It was right on me, basically. This door here we have to pick, but we have to wait for him to be away a little bit. There we go. 3 stacks of copper coins, total 2940, that's max loot. Let's read this papyrus. Clarisse, I found the secret entrance that leads to the tombs under the pit. I saw Roderick open it a couple of days ago. The library in his quarters is in fact a door. My guess is that there is a switch nearby. So we, of course, naturally would have read this before we got to the pit. My route didn't do that, but this is then the hint to where that switch is. Anyway, I'll give it a shot tonight. Herwin went to a meeting with Ramirez, meaning Roderick is alone and busy enough with the pit. If I find their secret stash, we'll get out of Foul Creek once and for all. Pack your stuff and wait for me at the entrance of Westport like we planned. Wish me luck, my love. It's now or never. Oh, let's reload that.
Hey.
Okay, we'll wait for him to go by here. Sure if he'll see the door or not. He did not. We can drop here, actually. Then drop here. And then we can head south. This is the easiest way for me to find my way home. It's this way. Yeah, south. Here, and we'll get back to... No, this was not the right way, was it? Yes, it was. I was on the right track. Here. Now we're headed back to Aberstreet. So we have to sneak by the guards one more time. End it right here. Yep. Awesome. Great. So that was the successful Supreme Ghost of Dirty Money. I did not detect any bust there. Hopefully you guys didn't either. So here's the stats. 1 hour, 3 minutes, 19 seconds. We took 2940 loot out of 3,000. We skipped a total of, was it 4 coin stacks, 2 gold and 2 copper in the 2 bedrooms in the living quarters floor at the pit, because the stationary thief nearby hears us open the doors. We can pick the locks, but you can't open the door. Then he'll comment on that. For Ghost, you can get full loot. You can get Perfect Thief for this one. Pockets picked 5 out of 6. Locks picked 10. I think that's minimum if you want all the loot that I got. Backstab 0, knockout 0, damage dealt 0, damage taken 0, healing taken 0, nothing and nobody killed. There we go. So, a pretty good mission, but I do think that the sewers and the Knavesbury Street area should be a little bit more manageable in terms of navigation. But very impressive that this has been made in 3 days. Very, very impressive. I do have some more Dr. K missions that I have not played that I want to play on my channel. So we'll see when we get to those. And the other mission from this contest, Vanishing Point, I believe it's called, by Skaki, I also am planning on playing. I don't know when, but I'm planning on it. But like I said before, next time we're headed back to Ruins of Origenia, Mission 2, Gilded Rivalry. That will be an experience. So I look forward to that. Hope you guys are too. And until then, stay safe, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.